Hello, and welcome to Little Millennium podcast, a behind the scenes pass into our new curriculum. At Little Millennium, we believe that early learning should spark curiosity, grow confidence, and lay foundation for our children for everything that's coming ahead. My name is Gitika, and I'm going to take you through the revelation into our new curriculum today. In this series, we are going to talk about the creators, the thinkers who are behind Bloom, our boldest curriculum transformation yet. Allow me to please welcome our educators who've been at the heart of it all, Ms. Bhama Pramod and Ms. Sumana Chandradhara, the Associate Directors of Academics at Little Millennium.
Hi.
Let's dive in. So tell me, Sumana, what is Bloom all about and why now?
So Gitika, if you hear the name bloom, so naturally you'll associate it with flowers, right? How a flower bud blooms on its own without any external pressure. Similarly, we want our children to bloom on their own without much of pressure from school or from anyone.
Is that where the inspiration for the name came from?
Yes.
Right. Cool.
So Bloom is all about our philosophy. It's not what we live in our classrooms every day. Our children bloom in our classrooms. And with this, we have kept our core Seven Petal Curriculum
Right.
absolutely intact. But then, yes, what Bloom gives you next is giving relevance to the newness, to the future ready skills.
Right. I think I was about to come to that question that you have retained the seven petal structure, right? If I'm not wrong.
Yes, absolutely.
So, what are you adding up? Extra over and above?
So the hands-on learning,
Hmm.
skill-based learning for children, but ensuring that they're completely rooted and in the Indian value system. So
Right.
that's what Bloom is all about.
So, how do you choose the themes in Bloom? I mean, how do they come alive for children?
So that's a wonderful question. So for us, themes are not just topics; they are gateway to the new experiences that children go through in our classrooms. Like, say, for example, the theme Wheels of Wonder, right? So it's not about children are learning only about the vehicles. They try to build, the block ramps are built. They try to discuss about the different traffic signals. They try to role play.
Role play goes a long way with students,
like
is
a
it?
driver, like a traffic policeman. The themes are completely chosen so that they are real, relevant, and relatable to our children.
So, right. I also read something in the curriculum about Wonder Hour. So, what is Wonder Hour?
So wonder is a response to a big need. So usually children are very curious. So as parents, we always shut them. We tell them keep quiet, don't ask so many questions. So in wonder hour, we allow them to question. We want them to wonder, to create and learn. So we have a structured 30 minutes every day. So where we have different life skills given to them. So some days they will have public speaking, some days they will have STEAM, some days they will have financial literacy. So these are different skill sets that we want to build in during these wonder hours.
So, is this like a place where, a time frame wherein the learning meets the imagination?
Brilliant.
We can
That's
call that.
exactly what it is, Wonder Hour, because Wonder Hour is something in our classrooms. We cater to children who are 2 to 6 year olds.
Right.
So these children are always curious, full of imagination. We want to create that wow and wonderment in them. We don't want it to die. So that's what our classrooms are full of, and that's why Wonder Hour.
You just mentioned financial literacy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, what role does financial literacy have in Bloom, the curriculum?
So this is one place where we wanted children to be aware of these financial decisions. Yeah, we don't want to teach them how to deal with money.
Right.
But what we want to teach them is to understand the difference between a need and a want. When they go to any shopping complex or a mall, they would want to buy one more.
How would a 2-year-old child stop himself or herself from asking for something?
So
Teach
that's
to 2,
that's
3-year-old
where
child.
the Wonder Hour curriculum plays a role here, because in our classrooms, through role plays, we ensure through dramatic plays.
See, I also went through something called digital literacy in the curriculum. I'm not sure if I understand that correctly. If you could just take me through it.
Digital means getting children, giving that experiences of pre-coding skills. Children are like
That's
sponges. They try to role model us. And in a classroom, when we have these role plays set up, where There is a child who's playing the shopkeeper's role, and there is another child who's playing the role of a buyer. So there is a machine where the child will be coding what he wants. He will try to press those buttons. So these are some relevant examples which tries to help build those skills at an early age for a child. And have you heard about 85% of the brain development happens at an early age?
I've been reading it since your curriculum 1.
That's nice. So that's where we are tapping this age. We want to ensure that we give the best to our little ones, so that every part of it is captured. They get the experience so that they are absorbing, and they're ensuring that they're going to apply this in their real life.
Great. Let's talk reading.
Okay.
How does Bloom support early literacy skills?
There is a statistics that talks about age group of 10 years. Children are unable to comprehend. So that's where the need came for us, where we ensured that we are going to fill this gap. And in our classrooms, every child has their reading book. Just imagine you own that.
How does a 2-year-old child read?
Picture reading.
Okay.
Have you seen children?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course,
So
of course.
that is the first step to building the love for reading. And reading is not about only reading ABCs. It's also about decoding those words. Child needs to decode those words too. So that's what we try to do through our reading program. It's absolutely structured. We try to build their listening skills through different environmental sounds, the awareness, right? These are some sounds which we bring to attention, bring focus to these sounds, and try to shift the focus of the child to listen to these sounds. So our classrooms are filled with wow and wonderment.
So kids respond to retelling stories.
Gitika, I would like to also add that, when we build the listening skills in children, that's where we start building their speaking skills too. Right?
You expand their vocabulary. You give them words.
Yeah. Right. So that's exactly what we do in our classrooms, and try to build those vocabulary in children so that the love for reading starts in.
And this is how Bloom helps build communication and maybe confidence in a child. So I wanted to understand, how does mental well-being look like in a classroom?
We try to inculcate the harmony and of a child as early as possible in our classrooms. So how do we do this? We have different activities that we try to work with our children. We have our story yoga, which is a beautiful USP that we do. Just imagine the PE classes that we have gone through in our schools, right? How many of us have really done those PE classes?
So you shared extensively about what this curriculum contains for the students in the classroom. What about the changes for teachers in the curriculum?
They are the one who give soul to our curriculum. We have the extensive, well-structured curriculum, timetable, lot of concept clarity, and we have given them a lot of new teaching aid materials, which helps them engage every child in the classroom, which we call differentiated learning. That means every child is engaged in their own wish and way.
I read something about a framework called KSV. If you could just enlighten me, and tell us, why is it important?
It stands for knowledge, skills, and values. Let's take a simple theme like community helpers. So as part of community helpers, children, when they learn about different professions, it's knowledge for them. Okay. When they do the role play, that is the skill building for them. Right? And then when they have empathy for that profession, that's the value. So we are not looking at just transfer of knowledge or just a curriculum. It's a whole child.
Not just about what kids do, but how they do it and how they feel about it.
Absolutely. So that's all about KSV.
Right. What about project-based learning? Can you give an example of a project-based learning at Bloom?
Right. So for a child, when they do something by involving themselves, they remember it. Right. So it's a hands-on experience for a child. A child learned about germination of a seed. So I have taught them orally in the classroom, or maybe I have shown that with an example of sowing a seed and all of that. But for a child to remember it, I would make the child actually do the activity in front of me.
Right.
So they take the seed, and then they put it in the soil, they sow the seed. then they close the mud, and the child is doing a project where the child is learning every day. So the child knows for a plant to grow, it needs sunlight and air and soil.
But made simple.
Yes.
What about assessment?
There's a close observation done how the child responds to every particular activity. So when they do this, the teacher is able to understand that yes, the child has moved from a base level to the next level. So that's where we call our assessments,
So
and it's a daily
real skills in action.
Yes, absolutely.
And what should the franchisees in schools expect from Bloom?
It's a game changer. That's the one word I would say.
Right.
So Bloom brings a lot of differentiation. It is absolutely national curriculum framework aligned, because yes, we need to be aligned with the national curriculum framework. So, and then what we give is we ensure that it is backed by a lot of training and materials, because end of the day, we are going to enhance our teacher quality, right? So it builds a promise for our parents, because they are going to come to our schools and we are going to ensure that children walk with confidence, as rightly said by someone. So for schools and centers, it's as much about quality as trust, if we would so. Yeah.
Rightly coined.
So why do you believe Bloom is the right curriculum for today's times?
So for a parent, identifying the right school is the first biggest decision.
Agreed.
Right? So with Bloom, we are saying let's equip our children not only to answer the questions, but also ask the right ones. So for families, it's a promise. For educators, it's a purpose. And for our children, it's a chance to thrive.
It sounds like Bloom is not just a curriculum, it's a way of seeing the children. Yeah, it's our philosophy.
Right. On that note,
Thank you, Sumina. And thank you, Bhama, for this insightful view of Bloom for us. To our listeners, early education is not the beginning of school for children, it's the beginning of life. With Bloom, we aim to grow our children into thinkers, creators, and kind citizens of this world. See you next time till we explore more of what we have to live, learn, and bloom at Little Millennium. Thank you.